Hello, students. Welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. My name is Mr. Stanley Ombogo. Dear students, welcome to another session. And in this session, under speaking skills, I'd like us to, look at some of the guidelines on how to write an effective impromptu speech. Some of the objectives of this session, dear students, is that by the end of the session, uh, you should be in a position to define an impromptu speech. Again, you should also be in a position to mention some of the preparation methods before giving an impromptu speech, and again some of the things or ways to ensure that during delivery you give an effective impromptu speech. To begin with, I'll start by giving the definition of an impromptu speech. So an impromptu speech is a spontaneous talk without prior preparation or planning. So there is a word there, spontaneous. Spontaneous means this is something that is happening, something that happens or something that is done in a natural, often sudden way, that is without any planning or without being forced. So an impromptu speech is a spontaneous talk because it is done without prior preparation or planning. So speeches made on many occasions involve planning beforehand. For example, if there is a political rally, then a political speech to be delivered to a target audience will be written a couple of days before the material day, that is before the exact day, and the speaker would rehearse it several times. So that is different from an impromptu speech. A written speech, is different from an impromptu. So when a speaker is given a written speech, they are able to, rehearse it, go through it several times before the material day for its delivery. But for an impromptu, in some situations, especially in formal ones, people are required to say something, that is to give a speech, because of their maybe positions and influence in society or relation to the guest of honor. So that is what an impromptu speech is all about. So let's move to the next thing, that is how to deliver impromptu speech effectively. So dear students, to effectively give an impromptu speech, observe the following guidelines. So the first one, make a habit of talking in front of people so that you get used to it. Now, this is not during, or when you are giving the speech itself. So you are just advised to, make a habit of talking in front of people oftenly, so that you get used to it, such that when you are, called upon suddenly to say something, you don't get the stage fright. So this will cultivate your public speaking confidence. Another guideline is that at your own time, practice giving a speech to an imaginary audience. We can call them mock audience, and this is to enhance your use of the stage. And again, how to utilize, body movements, gestures, and other skills when on stage. That is the non-verbal skills in communication. So apart from that, uh, learn how to pronounce words correctly and how to control your breath when talking to people. So when you are given a microphone to address, members of an audience, members of a given audience, you must ensure that you pronounce your words correctly and you control your breath such that it is not hard. Your breath is not the pace at which you're breathing is not heard, on the speakers. So another thing is that develop some humorous comments to capture your audience. So these could be, quotes, proverbs, and so on. So you can employ them to ease tensions on such occasion. So the moment you have made the people laugh or smile, for example, you will have control of the uh, crowd. So that is all about some preparations or the practices that will help you give an effective impromptu speech, but it is not during delivery. So when called upon to deliver an impromptu speech, now these are some of the things that you should take note of. So dear students, when called upon to deliver an impromptu speech, the first thing that you're supposed to do is that settle on a topic or issue that you want to talk about. Then, apart from that, remember before giving any talk, you must have a topic or a theme. There is something that you cannot just go in front of guests and start saying anything. So there is a reason for that occasion. So whatever you will say, whatever the topic or issue that you will address will or must be related to the occasion or the event. So another thing is that make sure that you are familiar with the topic you would talk about. I think I've explained that. So also try to stay calm and relaxed by taking a deep breath. So this is to psych yourself up. Then another thing you can do when you are called upon to deliver an impromptu speech is that try to visualize your main points in your mind or quickly note them down and stick to the order of how you visualize them. But noting down may not be easy in this case because remember we said that an impromptu speech is a speech that is given without prior notice or planning. So in this case, the most important thing to do is to visualize your main thoughts in your mind. That is briefly before you start talking or addressing the audience. So the next thing is that expound on your main points in your speech elaborately. So having identified your points, now try and expound on them. Give examples, give reasons, give illustrations to support the main points that you have delivered or given. So it is better to start with a quote or a proverb, and if there is tensions in the crowd, you can make some humorous comments to ease or reduce the tension. So that is also a point that we had identified under preparations or practices. So lastly, observe the allocated time. So do not, take too much time on the stage because you might end up saying things that are now not making sense, things that are outside the topic. Then also, as you deliver or give your speech, maintain eye contact with the audience. Remember, it is not just eye contact, but meaningful or appropriate eye contact. Then the next thing is that project your voice clearly so as to be heard. Then lastly, try to display necessary facial expressions to the occasion, like smiling, that is if it is a wedding, or maybe looking solemn, if it is maybe a requiem mass, and so on. So, dear students, that brings us to the end of the session, and thank you for staying tuned till the end. Remember to always keep it easy, Limo. Until next time, bye.